And it's showtime. Everybody here in the house. It's another Wednesday's Balcony Banter. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And welcome to our all-new episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the terror barrier. Ooh, sounds horrific, doesn't it?
I've got something specially for today. It's Agua de Terra.
Agua de terror. Yeah, terror water. Perfect. We're all set up. Yes. So if you're watching this live, welcome here in the chat, and say hello in the chat box. And if you're watching this on catch up, also please make sure that you leave your little comment in the comment section. So we always want to know who's watching and what you get out of the discussion. So as I said, tonight it's all about the terror barrier. We're going to be talking about what it actually is, what it is, and how it plays out, how you can identify the terror barrier within yourself, as this channel is all about personal development, getting to know yourself better and other people as well. So it's not, the more we learn about ourselves, the better we can also see certain patterns in other people. So the terror barrier is something that everybody knows. I think no one is exempt from it. So that's what we're going to be discussing tonight, and also, some examples of how it played out in my own life I want to give as well, and in the end also see how to overcome it. Maybe how what solutions are there probably that we can individually take. And things that you could be doing to overcome your own terror barrier. So let's see who is here in the chat. We got a lot of people, and Ray Duffy was the first one. So welcome, Ray. Welcome. Ian at home and on screen. Welcome, Ian. And it's Craig. We got Diane O. We got Julie Wade. We got Jeff Daniels, Neil Davidson. I hope you're well, Neil. You had something going on, surgery, so all the best to you. And we got Lainey127, Anne-Marie Elton. Hey, Anne-Marie. And we got more and more coming over. So at the minute we got 31 watching, and welcome everyone. So let's go around the table, around the balcony and around the gardens and the flowers and all that. And welcome, Ian. How are you?
You see it all. Not too bad. Busy.
Busy.
Yeah.
So what you been doing?
Been just general maintenance. The thing is, once you start doing it, it snowballs. One thing goes on to another, another just keeps going on and on and on and on.
Yep.
That's mainly because of the winter months. It builds up, and now everything happens together. You've got a garden to look after, but there's fences to be painted, there's grass to be cut, there's edges. Yes. You don't want to sit and listen to me doing that.
But you actually do enjoy it, and that's the thing. You actually like it, don't you?
Yeah, I like it. But I'll let you do a wee secret. I'm not so young as what I used to be, and I feel it after I'm finished.
Well, it might just take a little bit longer, but you can still enjoy it and do it.
Yeah. I'll just work myself into it. Work myself through the terror barrier.
Through the terror barrier. And we're so happy that you're here, that you're making time for us every Wednesday. So And of course, this wouldn't be Balcony Banter if we wouldn't have Tim and Christine on screen. So welcome you two. How are you?
Evening, everybody. Don't forget, thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button.
Oh,
How was your day?
It was quite comfy.
Quite comfy, yeah?
Yeah.
Stayed in bed till I got home from the walk.
Yeah, you coming home later and later.
And you're happy, aren't you?
and you're happier and happier.
Uh-huh.
After 12, I was going to be annoyed.
Oh, no, I won't be home at 12 now. I usually get home between 10:30 and 11 at 30.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was getting up
okay.
at 7:30 as well.
You've been doing a lot of walks.
I do walks on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday now, and I'm doing a drive around afterwards and flying a drone. So I'm getting lots of content for the channel.
Good.
Something different than other people.
Make sure that you also look and take a look at Tim and Christine's channel.
Thank you.
And the thumbs up and the subscription. Anyway, Chris, you're looking great. The blue looks really, really nice on you. Huh? I really like it.
Thank you.
Schneiderweiss.
Schneiderweiss.
Wheat beer.
Schneiderweiss. Yeah. Okay. All righty.
My diet's going well. I am under 120 kilos for the first time this year.
Wow.
Hey.
What have you been doing differently then?
Differently, I've been counting the calories. So all I decided to do was count the calories, cut out bread, and cut out beer. So instead of saying I'm not going to drink beer, what I said was I'll drink beer on Friday.
On Friday? Okay.
It's the way I stopped smoking, you see. I always said I'll smoke tomorrow. So I say I'll drink beer on Friday. So Friday comes now, and I do Freaky Friday, and I go down to Monte Cristo, and I have 2 or 3 beers. And
Tim,
well,
I know it anyway.
You deserve it.
But on Saturday, I felt terrible on Saturday morning. So I'm not going to do that again. So I cut out the beer. So when I went shopping, I'd always come home and have a sly beer or 2, before I came home. And it became a habit. And then drinking wine as well. It was like, wasn't the weekend. It was like, Wednesday night pizza and wine, and Friday night wine, and Saturday night wine, and Sunday night wine, not wine. And then it started going Tuesday wine, didn't it? So we're basically opening a bottle every other day.
And then the wine down Wednesday.
Exactly. So we stopped doing that. And then counting the calories was funny because normally I always cook too much anyway. So I put it in the middle of the table and then I scoff it all. But because I'm just registering it in this app, this MyFitnessPal app, I'm sort of planning not to eat as much, And somebody messaged me the other day and said that I'm limiting myself to 1,500 calories a day, 1,500 a day, which isn't a big starvation diet. 1,300 they did say is a weight loss diet, and 1,000 is too little. Or if you're doing an emergency weight loss, then maybe 1,000 or 800 even. But then you're just not gonna have a life. That's if you've got to slim to get low to get an operation or something. So I decided on 1,500, which was recommended by the doctor and the nurse, and it's also in the SBK, the health insurance. I looked up on their website and they said that's a good goal to start. And so that's what I've been doing. And so the snacks have gone. Sitting down and chucking nuts down my mouth, watching a film in the evening, or having a bag of crisps, or going every time I pass the fridge, going in and eating a chorizo bite, So, and I didn't realise, but the chorizo,
that's a lot.
That is a lot of calories. I mean, there's like 500 calories in each bite. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And you're not really conscious about it either, that you're
No,
doing
no,
it, right?
no.
So it's just, I'm passing the fridge and take a bite. But it's
Yeah.
not really sitting down and enjoying a full meal that you are fully aware of. Oh, I'm eating dinner now, or I'm eating breakfast now. I'm taking in calories. It was just a bypass.
It was, and so I think that's helped a lot.
Yeah.
And
Good.
if you want to follow along, I'm doing 2 videos a day, 2 60-second videos a day, one at lunchtime and one in the evening. The lunchtime one.
Julia doesn't have to lose weight. He's thin as a cake anyway.
Yeah, but she can go on a diet. And what she'll do, every time she passes the fridge, she can have a bite of chorizo.
Exactly. I can take your calories.
You can take my calories, yeah. And then the world is okay again.
It's balanced then. Yes,
It's
it
balanced
is.
then.
It's true. Yes, absolutely. So
So
yeah,
I'm quite happy, actually. I'm feeling better. I've lost a couple of centimeters on my waist as well. Christina makes me measure my waist every Monday morning and weigh myself. I'm not weighing myself every day. That's just stupid.
Once a week.
No.
Once a week.
Once a
I weigh
week.
myself.
Aye, once a
Yeah,
week.
exactly. Yeah, keeping it balanced. That's
Keeping
very
it balanced,
good.
yeah.
And
So-
I mean, we're talking about the terror barrier tonight, and it's actually a very good example that you're giving there because it's attached to it, whether you're conscious about it or not. It's attached to a goal, and the terror barrier. What is it actually? It's something that we.
Well, I'm watching, hoping to find out what the terror barrier is.
Yeah, I mean it's a terror, fear barrier. So it's something that we all stumble across, or the terror water. The fear barriers we stumble across once we are getting out of our comfort zone. So we are all very comfortable in our comfort zone, our way of doing it, our habitual way of doing things. And then once we decide to get out of that comfort zone, we can very easily stumble across that terror barrier because it feels very unnatural, very uncomfortable. It's not that cozy place that we are in. So yes, that's what the terror barrier is basically. And you can. There are two options. It's either you overcome that terror barrier and you condition yourself, like you are describing now, Tim. Reconditioning yourself, and getting a new habit pattern going. Overcoming that terror barrier, or you're bouncing back to what is the comfort zone. And then, of course,
for me, it was also the addiction part of it because if you got to give up drinking, let's say, then that's scary. Any addiction that you're going to give up or cut down on and whatever, that's a scary thing. And what am I going to do instead and all that type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I use the positive. I will drink on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in my mind, I've got something to look forward to instead of the voice of, oh, no beer today.
Yeah.
So there's a good way of changing the attitude.
Yeah, change, exactly. Attitude is a very good keyword there, definitely. Yeah. So I mean, let's hear from you in the chat. I would also like to involve you guys and see what you're saying. What are some terror barriers that might have shown up in your personal life? What have you been maybe trying to change and get out of a certain comfort zone you were in? And either you overcame that terror barrier or you bounced back. And I mean, you can always bounce back and then feel maybe a certain amount of frustration within yourself, and try again. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, how many times do we fail or do we fall and dust off and try again, you know? How many times are we doing that? So that's another way of approaching the terror barrier. It's not to say that I try once, doesn't work, and I never ever do it again. That's also part of overcoming that fear pattern. So I would like to hear from you guys in the chat as well. Let's see what you're saying here. We got a few more coming in, and we have what did Michael McGuinness says? Winners do what they have to do that they don't feel like doing. Yes, yes. Losers do what they feel like doing. Yeah, feeling is a good keyword there. Is actually very good, because feeling is the conscious awareness of the vibration we are in. And if we are looking all the time for cheap dopamine and cheap and instant gratification and instant reward, then of course we can be very easily trapped in that doing what we feel like, just doing what we feel like, and don't do the things we don't feel like doing, but that are necessary to overcome certain things. Yeah, very good. Thanks, Michael, for that comment.
Let
Very
me just
good.
answer a couple of questions before you go on. There was to do about my diet, so I want to get it out of the way. Denise Pearson saying, "Oh, this is about the driver's license. She's just started the driver's license exchange on the new British driver's license, Spanish driver's license.
Oh yeah.
So I would be very interested to do a vlog on that." And Michael McGuinness was saying, "You're now mindful about your eating. Good on you, Tim. It was worth stopping smoking. It's worth healthy eating." So that's mindfulness there.
Yes.
And Craig is asking, so lederhosen by Christmas? I'm going to say yes, but I'm not going to say which Christmas.
And you're not going to say which lederhosen either.
No, it will be the lederhosen I've got. But, I think what's happened is they've shrunk in the cupboard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So let's see. We got Anne-Marie Elton is saying, sometimes to change your lifestyle, you have to go through the terror barrier, also to reach some goals. However, one you do there is a great sense of accomplishment. Yes, absolutely. It feels very rewarding and and very empowering. Empowering is a key word there.
Can I pick up on that one that Anne-Marie Elton's just put up? Actually,
yes.
Changing the lifestyle and going through the terror barrier. I could add something to that. I've changed my lifestyle since I retired.
Yeah.
I felt when I was working, you had your practical life, but my practical life, after I retired, my practical life wasn't so, it was still important, but it wasn't so important as what I normally carry on. So I looked for something else to sort of occupy my other half of my time.
Yeah.
I started a project last year, and it put me against a barrier, and I would call it a terror barrier to start with. I gradually just worked on it to get myself through it, and I'm still working on it. But it's actually a change of lifestyle. It's exactly what Anne was saying there, changing from a practical working lifestyle onto a different lifestyle altogether, because I had a practical mind that I wasn't fully using that, so I had to change onto something else. Otherwise, I would have just been sitting about Okay,
Yeah.
I have a garden and that keeps me occupied, but I still had a great load of time on my hands. This was
Mhm.
why I started this project. Something new, something exciting,
Yeah.
to sort of take us forward a wee bit.
Yes.
You talk about terror barriers. You create a terror barrier yourself, don't you? You think about it.
Yes.
It's actually your own mind that creates it,
Absolutely. Yeah.
because you start thinking about your negative side of your mind. I mean, the first thing I thought about was, can I do this?
Hmm.
So you start thinking about it. And what happens if everything goes wrong when you start doing that? So basically, I just had to sit, do a wee bit of research, do a wee bit of reading, no, a wee bit of reading, quite a bit of reading, and just gradually build up till I felt I was comfortable to go on. So maybe go up the ladder a wee bit faster than maybe what I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go back sort of having spare time on my hands. I always like to be doing something.
Yeah.
If you've got spare time on your hands, Ian, I'm sure that Barbara will find something to fill it.
Did I bring her into that conversation? Because she will.
I know from experience.
Yeah, well, wait a minute, just a minute. Yeah, okay. Yes, I know from that experience as well. But no, that's who I felt. I mean, it was a terror barrier to start with.
So
I
Ian,
really,
let me ask you this, because you said you changed your lifestyle and combined some more the physical work you were doing before with your obviously new add-ons, with your extra project that you're doing. So how would have played out for you? What would you say? How would the terror barrier have shown up if you hadn't continued with your new project? If you just had carried on, say, with your old lifestyle, and in the back of your mind, you would have had that idea. Oh, I could do this project, but no, I'm not going to do it. So you would have just kept thinking about it, but not taking action. How would that have played out? What do you think?
um, uh, I couldn't maybe really answer that, because I made my mind up at the start. I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
I made my mind being positive. I said, right, I want to do this. I like doing this.
Yeah.
And I just built on it. I did come up against one or two obstacles, and I'm still coming up against one or two
Yeah.
obstacles on it.
Yes.
But see, my whole life was centered on, I'm a practical minded person. It was always doing something with your hands. But I didn't have enough time. This is why I changed my lifestyle onto that. Okay, maybe somebody from the outside saying, you don't really change your lifestyle. But I am, in a way, because I feel personally I've got my practical stuff and I've also got my theoretical stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've combined them both together.
Which is a great thing to do. Yes, absolutely. And you said earlier on, you said something about exciting, and that's exactly what it is, actually. I mean, once we set a new goal, or we embark on a new healing journey, or whatever you want to call it, goals or healing, because this whole terror barrier concept is also applicable on healing journeys, whatever you need to heal from, inner child or inner work that needs to be done. So there's in the on the conscious level, on the mind, is that sense of excitement. Oh yes, that can be done. That's like the idea that's coming in. Oh yeah, that could be great. And ooh yeah. But then on the subconscious level, there's usually, and that's what the terror barrier then shows, there's this sense of being scared. So what if I be embarrassed, or what if that is not for me, or what will the others say? Things like that, those negative chatters that you guys were talking about, those are the things that pop up on a subconscious level. Then that's not necessarily on a conscious level. There is basically a lot of excitement, yeah, but then subconsciously, this is where the paradigm is, our habit patterns, and that is already stored from way back from our childhood. So imagine a person
There's
that
loads
is
of people commenting in the chat, by the way.
okay. I am taking a look, and I have, oh yeah, here is one very good one. And by the way, Denise and Steve, it was great to meet you together with Maria. Yes, I wanted to put that one up. Julian, look at Steve and my situation. We passed through our terror barrier. We are here and through our black hole. Absolutely. Yes. I mean, that's a very good example too. And the same as Chris and Tim, basically, or anybody who made a move to somewhere else, a different country, opposed to the one you grew up in. I mean, that is a huge step to take, especially if you're not like super duper young and working, and have already had a complete life set up in another
You're going to
country.
throw me on the heap now, because I'm old.
That's not what I said. Okay, so yes, Denise, that's a very good example, and absolutely, it was lovely seeing you and Maria and Steve the other day. So let's see. Maria says, I have changed my lifestyle, not my choice though, health choice. Yeah.
Tina Rigby, fear of the unknown.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's the fear of the unknown that causes the terror. If you're doing something new, changing lifestyle, etc., even if it's something you want to do, exactly. That's what we were saying earlier on a conscious level. You really want to do something. It might be that you are super excited about a new project that you want to take on, but then on a subconscious level, there is that fear popping up, and it's causing a lot of even turmoil within yourself. And that it depends what kind of a person you are. If you are a very extrovert person, you can talk about it, or it shows up in conversations. But then there are also introvert people who might take it more internal and have those inner chatters more going on. But that doesn't mean that that it won't show on a physical level, because on a physical level it also pops up as, say, anxiety or depression. Okay, Michael says, I love when people say my clothes is getting too small for me. They're getting too big for their clothes.
You don't know my clothes. They pulled together in the night.
Oh, okay. What else do we have? I resigned from my part-time job 2 weeks ago and had to go through that
That's
terror
scary.
barrier to make that decision. But
Uh-huh.
feel so much better making now. Yeah, very good.
And Alan's
Absolutely.
going through some personal problems as well, but we're not going to put that up on screen.
No, but Zelda, this is a good example as well. And I was gonna, talk about my own one of my terror barriers that is very present was one of the biggest ones I think I had. It was not moving to Tenerife. It was more getting self-employed. That was a huge one for me. And I had already decided to stop working corporate, but then it took me personally to then finally get become self-employed. That took a lot of overcoming inner chatter and building up self-confidence. And until I actually did that step and overcame that terror barrier. And I mean, it does not end, as you guys were saying, it doesn't mean that once you decide and overcome that terror barrier, that you are free from fear. It's still there. But then there's sort of like you burned all bridges, and there's no going back. Tim, you mentioned that a lot of times when you were talking about burning bridges in your life, you and Christine. I really love that idea because that really helps you see either black or white in that sense. I mean, there is no gray zone to go back to, no other door open that you can retrieve.
That's true. I mean, all the moves we've made and all the decisions we've made have been pretty major. And it's either all or nothing, because for us, the terror barrier doesn't exist anymore, does it really?
No.
I moved a lot when I was younger. And then when I moved to Germany, that was the first big move. But it wasn't the first country move, because I went from England to Wales, obviously. So there was a cultural difference there. Going to Germany was adventure. So I've instilled in the family, I hope, that going forward is an adventure. And but if you do it half-heartedly, then it doesn't work.
Yes.
So you've got to decide, cut all the ties, throw everything away, and move. But then you can look back and rebuild ties with those people and places that you really need. And you find out very quickly who's going to call you, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not many people. It's that's the scary bit, is finding out that all the mates that you're leaving behind and the people say, I can't move because of the grandchildren, right?
Yeah.
And then the grandchildren never call you. You know, so, and they'd rather visit you on an island in Tenerife than on a council estate in Birkenhead, you know.
Yeah.
So it depends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I think there's one thing that I pick out of it is, if you've set a goal and you want to carry on and do it, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can do this. And if you keep believing in yourself, you'll get there.
Yeah.
You'll get through that terror barrier. Believe in yourself, and also be kind to yourself as well. If you come up against a sticky wicket, don't bang your head against the wall. Just think about it and believe that you can overcome that.
Yes.
Just get your mind in tune to what you want to do and what you want to achieve.
That's true.
But I think you've got to be in the right place as well. As Alan Fraser was saying,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put that on the screen, but thanks for sharing, Alan. It's a very personal thing you shared there, and I think that sometimes the terror barrier is a very real barrier, and it's easy to think about going past it or push through or head down and or lean back and think of England or whatever you sort of your motivation is going to be. But I think sometimes that it's a very real thing that's that you need help sometimes to get through. You know.
Absolutely, and it's as I
And there's
said
loads
earlier,
of people commenting, Juliani.
Yeah, as I said earlier on, it is not only about goals, and yes,
Zelda car.
I mean, positive mindset is necessary, and for that to overcome it. But it's also healing at the same time, because those are those shadows that accompany us throughout our lives, and if we're not aware of them, we cannot really heal them. And it will always be invisible to us why we act out a certain way or why we don't overcome certain things if we are not fully aware of it. So yeah, let me go through what you guys are saying. Anne-Marie saying that's the reason to take up a hobby when retired, Ian. Keep young at heart. Yeah. I mean, look at him. He's like a fresh flower.
Yes, I would definitely give you that. Get yourself a hobby of some kind. It doesn't have to be a big hobby, just a small thing. Just something to keep your mind occupied, keep your mind alert.
Yeah. Alert,
I'm like a dandelion though, with blown the things off.
And also, I mean, you guys were saying environment. Yeah, absolutely. It is important to have the right support there as well. And sometimes it's not our usual and habitual support group that supports us in our new way of living, because obviously those people, lovely people, they have accompanied us in our old comfort zone, and it's very comfortable. And yes, it's very comfortable even together in that comfort zone. But then to get out of it, sometimes we need to. Doesn't need to be that we cut them off completely, but our vibration needs a shift. And I'm saying vibration because we are, when taking up new goals or challenges or healing journeys, we are changing and altering our vibration we are in. And then it does not match with certain vibration we have been in before. So that just doesn't match until we get comfortable in that new vibration there. Yeah. So very good. Let's see. What Conor McGregor said: if your dreams don't scare you, they are not big enough. Very good, Michael. I love that. That is a good one. The goal setting part is important. A, B, and C goals. There are different goals you can set for yourself, and sometimes we are too scared to set them higher than they actually should be. Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, we got lots of comments here. Let me read this one out. Alan's homemade vlogs. I have played golf since I was 7. 3 years ago, I developed a carpal tunnel in my right hand, therefore can't grip a club properly. Tried, but because I can't play like I used to, it's so frustrating. Yes, I can imagine that. So what are you doing instead, Ellen? Is there anything you have been doing differently, or are you still sticking, even though it's frustrating, are you still sticking to playing golf, or have you come up with another sport, maybe kicking? Let's see. Zelda says, I have my own business and need to focus on building the business. I left corporate life 22 years ago and then was persuaded to join a client and have stayed too long. It was too comfortable. Yes, always getting out of the comfort zone. It's very much like, okay, so we overcame the terror barrier. We are now getting more comfortable in our new conditioning, and then that is going to be the new bondage, so to say, the new comfort zone. So that's why it's important to stick to new goals or new healing journeys or new hobbies or new interests. It's very important to keep creating. Keep creating, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to create something with your hands. You can create a lot of things, whether it is a community like this one, or Tim with your vlogs, or Christine with keeping up with Tim, and keeping you busy and alive, basically.
He's keeping me alive.
Yeah. So, what does Denise say? Tim, so true. You find out true friends, keep in touch, but maybe the ones who don't are jealous as they haven't got the push to take the leap of faith. Yeah. Yes. I mean, that's it's wavelength, frequency. Sometimes when you change and get out of your comfort zone, you're not on the same wavelength anymore. In German, you say, "Du bist nicht auf meiner Wellenlänge." So yeah, that is so true. Actually, that saying, I never gave it too much importance before, but it's actually quite true, the wavelength situation. So let's see. Ian, I would like to share something that you and I have been also working on. And there's this is a slide. It's actually a picture I created a while ago, and I make those pictures for friends and also for clients. And here you can see very clearly the mind. So that's like the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and then the body. And yes, when we are setting to embark out of our comfort zone, we are very excited in our conscious mind, yes. And in our subconscious mind, we still might not be there yet. and then those terror barriers, they pop up. But that's only because obviously we're still ignorant about something. We still are in the not knowing part of certain things, and might still need a little bit more knowledge or study or just understanding things better. So there's nothing wrong with asking, and asking maybe the ones who've done it successfully before. So yeah.
I think
Yes, Ian?
I think on the fear side there always will be a small thing of fear, because you always want to improve. You're always looking to
Yes.
improve on that. So
Yeah.
the fear side, there always be a pocket of fear side, because
Absolutely.
you're looking to improve. You maybe see something to improve, but it's just that nudge that you need. Just that nudge you need in your mind to get that properly. What would I say? Sort of properly put together. You need to educate that bit of your mind, just so that you can leave that fear behind and move forward onto something else.
Yes, and if that is not, if you personally have difficulties with that all by yourself, then it's important to create this kind of support group, whether it's other people who have done it successfully, and yeah, talk to them maybe, or get that motivation going by others, or through others, but to keep moving in the right direction where you want to go, that is key. And yes, I mean, here it's there's the sheer opposite of fear is faith, right? And then faith obviously is something that is very wishy-washy, can be for some of us, but it's because we're not seeing it, so that's why it's creating it in form of maybe affirmations. So it's important to keep having a positive conversation with yourself, like that kind of pep talk that you so willingly sometimes give to friends or family. Maybe give it to yourself.
Yeah, this is why I said earlier on. I find this: believe. Always believe in yourself. Believe that you can do this. And that adds to your faith. That's all. To me, that's all part and parcel of yourself. Looking forward on that. If you stop believing in yourself, you've lost your case. I would say you've fallen right back into your fear potholes. I'll call it. As I say, I always believe in what I want to do. If I want to do something different, if I want to swim, right? I'm not a swimmer. If I wanted to swim, I would need to believe in myself that I can swim.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, if I want to climb a tree, I would put my spikes on and climb the tree. But I would believe in myself before I would do that. I wouldn't turn around and say, "No, I can't climb that tree."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Voilà.
Yeah.
And as I said it earlier on, be kind to yourself as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's it's so important. Let's see what you guys are saying.
Yeah. Another thing I would say is, if you have your mind set on something, and if at first you don't succeed, keep trying.
Yeah.
And keep trying until you do succeed. It may take smaller steps. You may take longer to build up your mind. You may take longer to fill up that positive basket that I keep talking about.
Yes. And there's always a reason why it might take a little bit longer, because obviously, like say for instance, we're clearing the path. There might be things that are a little bit heavier, and they need a little bit more more power to be carried out of the way. So and a little bit more time maybe. So that patience with yourself and with others on that journey is important, to keep enjoying that journey as well.
Yeah, just in the journey and the patience. If you need that wee bit more time to get that knowledge, you either research it or you go and ask someone that's maybe already trodden that path and been successful. So go and ask them for the knowledge.
Exactly.
It would manage to help you on. Yeah, go and dial on.
Yeah. Diane O says, taking time to define the fear and then rationalizing it works. Is it a fear of failure, loss, financial, friends, etc.? Fear of change, fear of strength, or commitment, etc. Yeah, exactly. That's a very good one, Diane. It's good to know what we're actually afraid of, so that we actually know what we are working with, right? So that doesn't mean that we are like staying stuck in that fear, but it's just getting to know what needs to be addressed and what needs to be cleared. If we don't know that, then it's something that will always pop up, and that's exactly those invisible little fears that pop up on our journey, if that is not fully addressed. So that it's a great comment. Thank you for that.
Yeah. See the last bit of that comment there, the strength of commitment. If you don't put, my feeling is, if you don't put the commitment into it, you won't get the result out. So you've got to, if you commit yourself, you'll also commit your changing your mindset as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think, I mean, commitment's a great thing. There's no point saying you're going to do something and do it today and then do it a year's time. That's no commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment is showing a wee bit dedication to yourself to go and do something. Yeah.
And consistency, right?
Consistency.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see. Anne-Marie says, we have met so many lovely friends through this channel and wonderful community, but we did have a little terror barrier when Tim put us on camera for the first time on his live.
I would agree with that one.
Life. Tell me the story of your life. And I believe David's getting over something. I didn't know you're ill, David, but I hope you get better soon.
Yes, all the best. Let's see. Okay. Oh, who else? What's
Michael McGinnis.
Just popping through. Yeah, that's what I keep telling my son. Keep believing in yourself, and now he's doing amazing after his operation. Oh, great. Good. Let's see. Oh, so many, yeah? Okay, what we have? The weight is not the problem. Our ability to life the weight. The weight of challenge is the problem. We don't
lift the weight.
Lift the weight of the challenge is the problem. We don't have the belief in ourselves or the courage to face failure. Yes, yeah, exactly. what I was saying earlier with what might others be saying, and yeah, that is not really important, even though our support group might not be there to support us and to cheer for us. That doesn't mean that a new support group cannot be created. It's just, do you believe enough in that it can be done, or is that faith gone within a second? That's a very good one there.
Alan Fraser
it
was
till
a
you
very
make
good
it.
one.
Yeah, faith it till you make it. That's what I like
Fake
to say. I love faith it till you make it.
Face it till you make it. Okay.
Alan Fraser's got a good one.
Let's
If you
put
can
it
find
on.
it. Yes.
If you're interested in something, you'll do. Sorry. If you are interested in something, you'll do it when convenient. If you're committed to something, you'll give 100% effort and accept no excuses. Very good one. I love that one. Yep, exactly. Convenient and and convenience and commitment. Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Very
I had
nice.
I had a job in a public toilets in the middle of Manchester, so I was working at my own convenience.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Let's see. I felt the same. Perhaps. Okay. Okay. It's Craig says. You are whatever you eat. Easy to eat, hard to lose. It must. If you must focus on that goal and stick to it. Yep. Good.
Craig, if
So
you are what you eat, tonight I'm going to be a little knocky.
Knocky.
Yeah, a little knocky anyway.
I'm going to be a little knocky.
Knocky.
How do you say that word? Is it knocky or is it gnocchi?
Gnocchi. Gnocchi. Gnocchi.
There's no G in it?
It is a G in it. I hope I'm saying it correctly. To all our Italian friends watching, please correct me if I'm not saying it correctly. Gnocchi. Gnoc, gnoc. Fantastic. Oh, great. All righty. So,
I'll tell you
guys,
what, JJ, I was black in everything. This fake it till you make it has been my mantra all my life. I just go in and assume authority. Wherever I went in, I just went in and assumed authority.
Okay, I'm just putting it in till you make it. Yep.
Tina says, oh dear, that means I'm a Cadbury mini egg if you are what you eat. Faith it till you make it. Okay.
Yes. Guys, we're coming up to the hour and I would like to go around the table.
Are we done already?
Oh, yeah.
We're coming up here to the hour.
You're only on 53.
Then I can do a little knock.
Fast when you're having fun.
It is. It is.
So who wants to start? Mr. Ian.
Oh, right. Yes. Thank you very much. That's been an excellent discussion here. I'll finish off with saying the more you prepare yourself for your goal, the easier it'll be to get through your terror barrier. Learning to control your mind is half the battle. And I'll keep saying it, believe in yourself. The usual thing at the end, thanks for joining us. Remember to click the like, the subscribe, and the share bell buttons for notification for future shows. My last word for the evening will be, if you want to progress in life, then let go the burden of old matters you are carrying in your mind. Let go the old you. Let it go. The speed of progress will increase. Thank you.
Was that the
Ooh,
lyrics
I
to
love that
Frozen?
one. I love that
Let it
one.
go.
Thank you.
Let it go.
Let it
Let it
go.
go. That's it. That's it. Yep. Tim and Christine, your last words for today.
Christine, what's your last words for
I
today?
hate to break it to you, but I gotta stay in my comfort zone.
Stay safe, Christine. Stay in your comfort zone.
And I tell you what, her comfort zone's quite comfortable, I tell you. Handed on,
Very comfortable.
weighted on hand and foot.
It's a good comfort zone.
I got to be out of my comfort zone. What I want to say is that the terror barrier is, if you think of problems as a partition wall, you know, the partition wall, if you try and push it at the bottom, it's not going to move. If you push it in the middle, it's going to give slightly, but it's going to rock back at you. So you've always got to go to the top. Push it from the top, that barrier will come down.
Thank you. I really enjoyed this session of Balcony Banter. I loved all your comments there in the chat, and please make sure if you haven't put one up right now in the live, that you can still do that after the show, and we will certainly read them. Thank you guys very much. I wish you a wonderful week ahead, and yes, keep busy, keep alive, and keep doing, keep healing, and enjoying, most of all, enjoying the journey, no matter where in what stage of your journey you're in. Try to keep the vibration as high as possible by enjoying the journey. So that's what I wanted to say. So thank you guys, and we're gonna play our last video here. Ding, ding, ding.